We're moving on to dictionaries. Now, dictionaries are different from lists because lists order mattered because when you indexed them, you were expecting certain information. So you needed to know the order that things were in. Now, dictionaries are different because it doesn't matter where things are placed. You can retrieve from anywhere without knowing exactly what place it's in because all the items are paired with a key. So as long as you know what the key is, you can find the object. So everything's in a key value pairing. It lets you grab objects without knowing the location, and they use curly braces and colons in this pattern where you have curly braces on the outside with a colon separating the key and the value. The key is usually a string. The value can be either a string or a number, typically. So, although there's no rules against the key being a number, but it's usually not done. So in my dictionary here, I just did a quick dictionary where key 1 is paired with value 1 and key 2 is paired with value 2. I'll run that and you'll see it. Now, here it is, key 1, value 1. This is just from a later thing. So if I want to say print find just this value 1, I don't need to index it. I just say print my dictionary at key 1 and it will print value 1. See, I didn't need to know I didn't index it by saying, oh, the value 1 or value 2, whatever this would have fallen under. I indexed it by the key. So if I say this key 1, I'm looking for the value. If I wanted to find this value, I would call this key 2. I would call this key to find it. Now, this is really useful and probably most commonly used in things like shopping because prices in a store, they don't really care what order the objects are in, and they just care that the right price goes with the right object. Usually now with a UPC, I guess, because they use the scanners. But just for an example, we here made an object with prices lookup, where we gave 3 items prices. Apple's $1.99, orange is $1.50, and milk $4. I have no idea if those are real prices. So now let's say, oh, I need to know the price of the apples from this database. So I could just print price lookup, print that dictionary at apples, and I'll get $1.99. I can get rid of that. Dictionaries can also they can handle distinct content. So in that you can use, like in this example, this value is a integer. This value is a list, and this one is another dictionary. So you can actually put a dictionary in a dictionary, and any assortment really in there, and then you can make progressively more complicated calls. For this example, this one, let's uncomment these. So I've called the key 2 and I've called the 1, 2, 3, and you can see, oh yeah, we've got the list 1, 2, 3. But say I wanted to just get one value out of that list, so I could stack those calls. Say call key 3, but then the inside key, like in here for the dictionary, say, because I'm looking for this A value, and there it is, that A value, because it went to the key 3, and then it pulled, said, find me what the inside key is, and it was the A. And I mean, you could stack these, even more than 2 deep, depending on how deep this goes. It's not commonly used, but it is possible. You can overwrite dictionaries the same way. So here's a test where we have K100 to K2, and then we can do this. I'm just going to print it out so you can see it. Silly me. So see, now K3 is 100. Or we could have made that 300 when we do that 300. So it's all different. So now it's 300. But now we could insert something different into, that's a K1, say 2. So now K1 is a new value. So you can add on things to a dictionary just by assigning a new key with a new value, or you can replace one entirely. So say Apple's changed their prices. You could change their price, of course. And just some methods to see things in a dictionary. You could see how many keys there are, you can see how many values there are, and you can see all the items. So, for example, seeing the keys and the values, you can see all the keys, you can see all the values from our set, or you can see everything, all the items. So those are ways to print out everything in your dictionary. So dictionary is incredibly useful, especially for things like shopping or databases, keeping track of customers, things like that. Python maybe not always be the best language for that, but you can certainly do it with this. Otherwise, you could try and think of other things that you might pair, like dealers with cars, or any sort of inventory, really. And this can be a really handy tool. I'm sure there's more you can probably think of. Artist and song, author and book. So good luck. Practice these if you can, and then go on and take the quiz.